Okay, today we want to write and solve a system of 3 linear equations from a word problem. Alright, let's go to the next problem. An ultimate Frisbee team has to order jerseys, shorts, and hats. They have a budget of $1,350, $1,350 to spend on $50 jersey, $20 shorts, and $15 hats. They want to buy 40 items in preparation for the oncoming season and must order as many jerseys as shorts and hats combined, which makes sense. How many of each item should they order? Write a system of equations to help you solve this problem. So we're going to figure out how many jerseys they need, how many shorts they need to order, and how many hats they need to order. Okay, so let's see if we can come up with some equations. They have a budget of $1,350, and they got to spend on $50 jerseys, shorts, and hats. So that gives me one equation that we know that we need to spend $50 on every jersey plus $20 every shorts, and we spend $15 on every hat. And when you all together, we have $1,350 to spend. So that's one equation. Then we know that we need to buy 40 items all together. So that means I got 40. I got J plus S plus H must equal 40 because it's 40 items total together. And then the next thing is I must order as many jerseys as shorts and hats combined. So that means that the number of jerseys must be equal to the number of shorts and hats combined. And those are my 3 equations. Now, let's solve this system 3 different ways. Okay? Alright, let's take you through this. Here is my system again. Alright? And I've elected to solve it with substitution. First thing I notice is that J is, I already got an equation solved for J. J is equal to S plus H. So that means this S plus H right here in the second equation, I can replace that with J. So let's do that. J equals S plus H, so J plus J is 40. That means 2J is 40. And when you divide both sides by 2, 40 divided by 2, J is equals to 20. So that lets me know that, so J is equal to 20. So I'm going to take this J, the fact that J is equal to 20, and substitute that into both these other equations. Okay? So if I let J be equal to 20, then that means one equation, this top equation, I can write that as 50 times 20, this is J, plus 20S plus 15H equals to 1350. I'm going to multiply this together, get 1,000. And now I got 1,000 plus 20S plus 15H equals 1350. I can subtract 1,000 from both sides, and that gives me this equation right here. So now I just have one equation and 2 unknowns. Over here, the J plus H plus S, J is 20. So I can replace the J with 20. And then I get 20 plus S plus H equals 40. Subtract 20 from both sides. So S plus H is equal to 20. So now I have a new system and 2 equations right here. S plus H is 20. And 20S plus 15H is 1350. Now what I can do with this one is I can subtract S from both sides. And you're going to see how I did that. I can go subtract S because I want to set up a substitution here. If I subtract S from both sides, I'll get this. The S's will cancel out, and I will get H is equal to 20 minus S. So the reason why I want to do that, because I want to substitute 20 minus S for H in this equation right here. When I do that, then I substitute it in, I use my distributive property, I'll get 300 minus 15s, 20s plus 300 minus 15s equals 350. Of course, 20s minus 15s is just 5s. And then when I subtract 300 from both sides, I end up with 5s equals to 50, sorry. Divide both sides by 5, I get s is equal to 10. So now I know what s is. Alright? And now keep in mind I know two things. J is 20, s is 10. So since j plus s plus h is equal to 40, then I substitute those values in. J is 20, s is 10. And that's if you add 20 and 10, you get 30. So 30 plus h is 40. Subtract 30 from both sides, so h is equal to 10. So your final solution, if I go in order, is 20 jerseys, 10 shirts, 10 hats, which makes sense. So if I was to solve this equation, then I end up with 50. Oh, sorry, I didn't get that right. I got 40. How many jerseys? I said 20 jerseys. I think I said that. 20 jerseys, 10 shirts, and 10 hats. Now that's solving it with substitution. Alright? Now let's look at solving it some other methods. Okay? I can also elect to solve it with Desmos. So let's go to Desmos and see what that looks like. Alright, let me go ahead and drag this over. Okay. Alright, so here we put in 50x plus 20y plus 5z equals to 1350. And I use x, y, and z instead of j, s, and h. Alright? And I did a slider for z. It automatically prompts me to do that when I put z in there. Okay? So, and then I put the other two equations in. Notice here, this j, when I had this j equals to, let me go to another screen here, show you that. This j equals s plus h. In order to put that right there as an equation, I have to get, I need a numerical value on this side, not these letters. So I have to take, if I can just take this, copy. I just want you to see how I got that. J equals the s minus h. If I subtract s and I subtract h from both sides, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to write this in standard form. And let me go ahead and clone this. Alright, if I subtract that from both sides, oops, that's going to give me j, sorry for that straight mark, minus s minus h equals to 0. Where does 0 come from? 0 came from me clearing this side here. That's what a 0. So j minus s minus h is equal to 0. And since I'm in Desmos, I need to replace that j with an x and that s with a y and an h with a z. So that's how I got that third equation in Desmos. Alright, so if I can go back to Desmos, where is my Desmos? Yeah, not this one. I've lost my Desmos. Where is it? Yeah, alright, there, now we're back. Okay, so that's how I got the x minus y minus z. So once you got that, and you just adjust the slider, you adjust the slider until they coincide at a point. And they coincide right here. And so there's your 20, and then there's your 10. 20 being x, 10 being y, and what's z? Z is 10, and that would be h. So that's how you solve it with Desmos. Okay. Now let's also look at the calculator, the Desmos graphing calculator, and I think I went ahead and pasted this in there. I defined a matrix. All right, I made a 3x4, and I wrote my first equation, and let me go ahead and show you how they relate. See if I can just take this. This is going to come out real big. All right, so yeah. All right, that was the equation. That's the equations we started out with. Okay. So notice how we wrote the matrix. Okay. All right. I got a J column. You can't see that. I had an S column. And I have an H column. So that's how I set up my matrix. 50, 20, 15, and 1350. All right, that's my constant value column. Some people put like a little dash line here. Show that this is what's called an augmented matrix. Not augmented, not argumented. It's not, nobody's fussing at anybody. It's a wrong choice of words. So there. All right, just so that you can see. All right, so 1J, 1S, 1H equals a 40. You see that? And because we rewrote that third equation as J minus S minus H, then this is J minus S minus H. All right, press enter and then click the RREF command here, right there. And RREF stored that as measured, hit equals A equals, and this just comes from you putting the matrix in, and you get this. J is equal to 20, H is equal to 10, S is equal to 10, and H is equal to 10. So there is, so that was an example of writing and solving. We came up with the three equations first. That's the formulating. And then we solved it three different ways. Solved with substitution, solved with Desmos graphing, all right, and we also solved it with the matrix. So I hope this video was helpful to you.